I enter the data from the question, exactly as it's written. And I understand this is more difficult when you're using your phone or you're using a tablet. It's not quite as easy to enter the data. That's why this question only had 16 data points. Let me see if I can make the view bigger. Now that I have this data here, I'm going to enter the first formula, which is equals average. I copy this to the next slide. Next formula that it asks for is median. B3 to G3. I can copy and paste to the other ones. The final one is mode, B3 to G3. I choose B3 and G3 and put a colon because that's where my data is located. And then I copy and paste. I think Chloe should pick her average, her mean. I think Tori should also pick her mean. And I think Chris should pick her median. Oops, pick her median. That's how you do problem number 3. Problem number 4 asks us to make a CDF. A CDF is a graph and it's always going up. It's never going back down. To make the CDF, we have to make a frequency table first. How many of these families have 0 children? How many have 1 child? And so forth. Let me make my table really big so you can see. So this will be number of children, and this will be the number of families that have X number of children. So for 0, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. For 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For 3, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I hope I'm counting correctly. 4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, we have 1. 6, there are none. 7, there is 1. The question says there's 30 families, so let's make sure that these frequencies add up to 30. 4 plus 7 is 11. 7 plus 6 is 13. Oh, 4 plus 7 plus 6 is 17. 17 plus 6 is 23. So we have cumulative frequency is 11, 17, 23, 28, 29. 29 plus 0 is 29. 29 plus 1 is 30. Now I get my graph paper. I think this graph paper doesn't have 30 squares. Let me switch to one that does have 30 squares. So here we're going from 1 or 0 to 30, and somewhere in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is 15. 5, 10, 20, 25. And here we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I didn't go all the way to the end because it would be inconvenient. Here is number children. Here is number families. The most important thing to remember is that the numbers have to accumulate. The old numbers roll over into the new numbers. So for 0, we would put 4, a dot on 4. But for 1, we're not going to say there are 7. Instead, we're going to say there's 7 plus 4, 11. For 2, we're going to say 11 plus 6, 17. For 3, we're going to say 17 plus 6, 23. For 4, we're going to say 23 plus 5, 28. 5 is going to go up by 1. 6 will not change. It doesn't go down, it just goes horizontal. And 7 will be 30. Notice that we start at the bottom and end up at the top. Now I have to use a smooth line to connect all the dots. That's my best try to make the smooth line for the CDF. Here we're doing some calculations, but I don't think we need to show our work for this question. First, I'm going to calculate the mean, which is adding the numbers for each week together. And dividing by the number of days. So the average sales for the stationery store on the first week is 38.5. For the second week is 37.3, repeating. And for the third week, it's 24.16, repeating. The range is the largest number minus the smallest number in each week. 61 minus 12 is 49, range, and mean. 72 minus 8 is 64, and 31 minus 17 is 14. Now I have to be creative and think of a reason. Why is it changing from week to week? I think they had exams week 1 and week 2. And they didn't have exams on week 3. And that's why sales went down.